Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have a new fragrance to review from the house of Initio Oud for Greatness Neo. We're also going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the original, which is one of their most iconic fragrances. The original Oud for Greatness was launched in 2018 and quickly became a staple for many fragrance enthusiasts and collectors. And now in 2024, we have Oud for Greatness Neo. Going to discuss how they are different, what I think about them, and what you can expect. So I don't have a bottle of either. You guys know my thoughts on Oud for Greatness, but they do have very similar packaging. There's not going to be much of a change between the two, but I will say I do really like the packaging. I think it's very cool. It's very like spiritual and very thought-provoking. I will give it that. But let's go ahead and jump into the new Neo, which is described as a powerful concentration of essences revealed by active properties of neuroscience. So the notes, they're going to be decently similar to Oud for Greatness. There's saffron, agarwood, balsam fir, lavender, and bergamot. And I just want to thank Maurice over at Osme Perfumery for hooking me up with this sample so that this video is possible. And believe it or not, he actually gave me this 7.5 ml as well a few years ago. Great guy, Maurice. If you're in Miami, check out Osme. So this opens with a very fresh and very bright saffron with lavender and citrus. There's something kind of warming here, very green, and has a nice kind of like sappy sweetness. I do really like that about the opening. Kind of like a clean energy as well. That's kind of weird to say, but it's just how I would describe it. It kind of lifts you up in a way. The question is, does this really have real oud? Does Oud for Greatness and Oud for Greatness Neo, do they have real solid oud? I don't really know about that. It doesn't necessarily jump out at you as oud, which is why I think that this line has been so popular in the past anyway. And a lot of people that are just getting into niche, they reach for this because it's a very easy to get along with scent that is a little bit more woody than oudy and done in a very fresh way as well. You definitely get like a very heavy dose of cypriol, kind of adds to this green earthiness of the scent, but also gives it a little bit of a woody facet, slightly smoky, very slightly, kind of like an incensey smokiness, but it doesn't really feel new. Definitely it is completely related to the original, but the question is, how is it going to compare? So let's go ahead and spray the original Oud for Greatness, and then it'll be easier to really describe the differences. So Oud for Greatness, it opens definitely denser and heavier and thicker than Neo. Oh yeah, a lot stronger and denser. Denser from the get-go, but very similar. There's just something like there's a thicker, heavier tone to the original Oud for Greatness versus the new Neo is going to be more bright and aromatic, and it's gonna be like citrusier. It's gonna feel like you're gonna add something very fresh to Neo versus the original is a little bit darker, heavier. I don't know. Honestly, there is just something about the original that kind of turns me off. Little bit headache inducing, I would say, versus Neo feels definitely way more refined from the get-go. It feels more polished, you know, like they really finished the scent off, more rounded, and definitely way more versatile as well. The new Neo kind of has a lavender that is done in a way that it feels a little bit more classic. It comes across a little more traditional in the way that it kind of dries to become a little bit powdery, soapy, versus in the original Oud for Greatness, the lavender is going to be just very thick and sweet, way heavier and louder. They're definitely both likable, but I 100% prefer Neo. I don't know, Neo just feels a little bit brighter, easier to wear, not so intrusive and over the top sweet. I feel like Neo is going to be more of something that you can wear day to day, anytime, and Oud for Greatness is definitely going to be reserved more for like the nighttime, colder weather. But I will say that both of them have this kind of like very slight roughness about them, like a little bit choppy feeling. Like the blending, in my opinion, is not the absolute best. I will say that in Neo, it is way, way, way better. Like I said, it feels more polished, more finished off. Definitely made much better than the original Oud for Greatness. But hey, there is a reason why I don't have a full-size bottle of either of them. And I will say that on the skin as well, Neo, it kind of has more of this like camphorous, balsam fir kind of greenness, almost kind of minty feeling in a way, which adds to that freshness. And the saffron in here comes off a little more like dry and spiced. But on the skin, the original is going to have more of a woodiness and more depth. Not going to be the best for like super hot days. It's definitely not as bright as Neo. So my thoughts, I definitely 100% prefer the new Neo, way more than Oud for Greatness, which in my opinion is quite overhyped. I think that Haultain by Parfum de Marly is the winner in this category for me. It is just overall a way superior fragrance. But if you do love Oud for Greatness, you will really like the new Neo. It's going to feel like a summer edition of the original, year-round, kind of like a new and improved version. But I will say, way insanely overpriced. I don't know what Initio is doing, but they keep racking up the prices. I don't know if they're trying to be like the new Bodicea or what, but these prices are absolutely atrocious. When I asked the price of Neo, because I was considering buying it, and I heard that the retail price of this is $430, my jaw hit the floor. Like I audibly gasped when I heard the price. $430 for a 90 ml. And the prices just keep going up. It's not worth that price whatsoever. Like I said, these fragrances have something kind of rough about them. They're not very well finished. I would 100% recommend checking out Haultain by Parfum de Marly. I just don't like it enough to even consider paying that price. Honestly, I don't even like it enough to consider picking it up when it hits the discounters, if I'm being brutally honest. Haultain is just supreme. If you're interested, you can check out my side-by-side comparison of Oud for Greatness and Haultain, linked in the description below. Crazy overpriced, and sadly, it's just not going to be worth it for me. I wanted to really love it, and I do enjoy the new Neo. I think that it is a huge improvement over the original, but for $400, I'm like laughing just saying the price. $430, there is no way on earth I would even consider it or ever recommend you considering it. But if you are interested in trying out this scent, it is available at Osme Perfumery. You can go in and smell it. They always tend to get the new releases before anyone else. So if you're in South Florida, it's a hidden gem. Definitely go in there and check it out. But I can't get over that price. It's absolutely crazy. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Oud for Greatness and the new Neo Flanker. I would love to know what you think. Do you think the price is crazy? Would you consider paying that much for a fragrance? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.